I'm here for a meditation a day, and I wanted to just bring you into my inner sanctuary where I meet with 9 archangels, 3 divinity, and I find peace, comfort, nurturance, guidance, and support. I wanted to share that with you today. Archangel Michael shared with me something that we call angel games. So I'm going to be sharing my screen so you can be looking at that, and that's going to be guiding our meditation. Now I apologize there we go. Hopefully you can see everything now. But we are going to be meeting with the 9 archangels, the 3 divinity, and sitting in that space, listening to guidance from them. So looking at this clock, if you will, we're going to always see ourselves in the middle. So let's just first get ourselves centered. Let's go in, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. Take in a deep breath, slow and steady. And let it go, slow and steady. Taking another deep, slow breath. And release it. And one last deep breath, nice and slow. And release it. So standing in the middle of this clock, if it's easier for you to keep your eyes open so you can keep an eye on the clock, or if you just want to trust my leading you, then keep your eyes closed. When we look up at 12, now you may see it in front of you, you might actually see it over your head. However, you can easily see yourself in the middle of this clock. At 12 o'clock position, we're asking God to please come enter the room with us. God, the Creator, as I call it, however you view God, welcome. Welcome God into your space. Just really feel that energy. It just feels so welcoming. I really just want to stay with that energy. But let's move on to 1 o'clock and let's ask the Christ consciousness to join us in the room at that 1 o'clock place. I can feel Christ in the room. I hope you can as well. At 2 o'clock, let's invite in Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is the mastermind behind everything that you are seeing here on the screen. It's part of the angelic gems that he channeled to me a year ago. Archangel Raphael, thank you for being here. Now let's ask in Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron's energy is always very large, very impactful. Thank you, Archangel Metatron, for being here. And we ask in Archangel Cassiel. Archangel Cassiel's energy to me is always softer than Metatron. And Archangel Cassiel's energy to me represents all of humanity. Welcome, Archangel Cassiel. Now I'd like to invite in Archangel Gabriel or Gabriel at the 5 o'clock position. You're still in the middle of the clock, looking toward 5 o'clock. Welcome, Archangel Gabriel. I can feel you here with us. And turn to face 6 o'clock. We're asking in Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael, for these purposes, represents supporting transformation and transition. Welcome, Archangel Azrael. Next, at the 7 o'clock position, we're inviting in Archangel Uriel. Thank you, Uriel, for being here. And at the 8 o'clock position, we invite in Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael's energy to me is always more lighthearted and fun, but the work that he does is very intentional and quite serious. Thank you, Raziel, for being here. Now from the center of the clock, turn to face 9 o'clock. We're inviting in Archangel Ariel, who for these purposes represents nature and the energies of nature. She has a beautiful energy, and I can certainly feel her here in the room. I hope you can as well. "10 o'clock, Archangel Michael. Thank you for joining me here today, and please join everyone else that is doing this meditation with us. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Now turning to face 11 o'clock, Divine Mother. Some see her as the Mother of Christ. Some see her as the Divine Feminine. Some see her as Mother Nature. Divine Mother, thank you for being here with us. So now, as we feel all of these divine energies around us, We're here in the center of the clock. Pay attention. Is there a number, a color, or one of the divine beings that's calling your attention? If there is, turn and face that number, staying in the middle of the clock. You can now either ask for that divine being to come to you, or you can go over to that number or that color or that divine being. And ask, do you have any guidance for me? And let's just sit in that energy and just listen in for a moment. You might want to jot down what you've been hearing. I found my attention being drawn to Archangel Cassiel. And the message that I received was to love all of mankind, even those who are doing something that I don't agree with, or don't feel comfortable with, or don't morally support. And the message was that we are all part of the whole. In the same way that you don't hate your left arm if your left arm doesn't work well or is doing something that makes you uncomfortable. You don't hate that body part. You embrace that body part. It is part of you, and everyone in humanity is part of us, is part of the whole. We are all connected. And perhaps the best way to encourage change, encourage softening of the heart, is through love, not through hate, not through isolation or pushing somebody away, but it's by loving someone that we can find each other again. So that was the message I got from Archangel Cassiel. So let's go back into the center of the clock. And once again, see, are you being called to any member of the divinity? Are you being called to any color or any number? And once you are, go to that place on the clock and see if you receive some divine guidance. So let's go and We'll sit quietly for a few minutes while you experience that. Okay. Was there someone you were being called to? And did you receive a message? If so, try to jot it down. Try to hold it aside in your memory so you can remember it later. I was called to Archangel Uriel with the angelic gems. Archangel Uriel clears out toxins, pollutants, and it could be things out of our body that are toxic to us. It could be things that we think in our beliefs that are toxic to us and no longer serve us. And what I was envisioning was standing in muck, mud and muck, and just standing in that. And I saw it starting to be cleared away by water. And I looked to see what was the source of water. And part of it was tears. I personally am not feeling the need to cry, but I know that several empaths I've been speaking with recently are really feeling the angst that's happening across our country in particular. Lots of tears are being shed. And I'm seeing that those tears are helping to clean away, cleanse the muck and the mire of the belief systems that are causing this pain and anxiety right now. And not that those beliefs are wrong, but there is such a need for clearing and healing. We're certainly getting that opportunity to do that. The liquid that is also helping to clear out some of that belief system that no longer is serving us is coming from divine love. So, in your prayers, in your prayerful meditation, perhaps ask for divine love and divine light to come through in the form of liquid to help move out belief systems that no longer serve, ideas and thoughts that keep us from loving and accepting each other. And I'm just watching as that liquid, those tears, that divine light and that divine love is helping to cleanse that place that I was standing. So now I'm really only standing in water. Everything else that was toxic and sludge needing to be moved out is being moved out. So thank you, Archangel Uriel, for sharing that with me. We're going to do one last one. So go back to the center of the clock. See if there's one last archangel or member of the divinity that is calling to you, whether it be through the number, through the color, or being guided to that archangel or member of the divinity itself. So who is calling to you? And when you sense that, go to that place and see what guidance is there for you. So we'll sit here for a few minutes and experience that together. I was called to Divine Mother. Now, if you can, take a minute and just write what you were being called to, what guidance you were given. Divine Mother said to me, "You are blessed, child, for the work that you are bringing to the world. You are a beacon of light." She wasn't just talking to me. She was talking to each one of us that are here doing this meditation right now. Because those of us that are connecting in with the spiritual divinity are bringing in divine light into the world. And others on a spiritual level sense that. They know that they can look to us for bringing that light in and to help bring light into the darkness. Divine Mother sees that in you, validates that in you, and is appreciative for the divine light that you are helping to carry into the world. So thank you. You may come to this place of working with these archangels and the spiritual divinity anytime that you want. I like to envision myself in the middle of this clock, and I bring each of the 12 in before I sit to hear if they have anything for me. And they always do have something for me. I have not once been disappointed that there was no guidance there for me. Thank you. Thank you for being here on Enlightened World Network. Thank you for taking that time out of your day to go inward and to go upward. I count on others around me to be bringing in divine light, and I know that others are counting on you to be standing in your strength, to be standing in your knowingness, that you are a spiritual being here having this physical experience. We're counting on you. I know you're counting on us, and we're all in this together. So thank you for being here. Take good care of yourself, and God bless. We'll see you soon.